All right. Another beautiful day, another wonderful afternoon for us to be going through the matches that are playing today, right? This Thursday, we have the UEFA Europa League matches, UEFA Conference League matches, and we are expecting that once again, the games will end in our favor. When I say the games end in our favor, what I mean is we are expecting another day where we're going to be having a 100% win record, right? That is our intention today. Personally, I am not a big fan of UEFA Conference League. I am not a strong fan of UEFA Europa League. But unfortunately, these are the games available today. From morning, I have been deciding, I have been going through the decision-making process where I try to determine if I'm to go ahead or if I have to really share the predictions. And then something within my brain clicked. It seems like a loop that was incomplete finally got complete, and I decided there is a percentage that really needs these videos, these predictions, and they're expecting to win once again. So these are the predictions for today. We're going to be having 3 bet slips, 2.923 odds, 2.5 odds, and finally 1.92 odds as our last bet slip. So welcome on board, right? Yesterday, of course, was a brilliant day. Congratulations to Arsenal. Wonderful victory. You gave us the last goal that resulted into our over 2.5, a market of the day being a thrilling, captivating, last minute, sensational, wonderful victory. I'm glad that all the predictions I highlighted yesterday won. 2 odds. The other one was, let me confirm that. We had 1.672 odds, double chance, single game. 1.55 odds winning. And lastly, we had 2.296 odds winning. So congratulations, all right? This very Thursday, our matches, we have our first bet slip. Now, first bet slip, we have the following games, which is made up of 2.293 odds. The first bet slip is a bet slip that I really love. I love the first bet slip, all right? Because I go through Frankfurt versus Tottenham. I believe it is a game that Frankfurt stands a chance to qualify, all right? So, of course, Frankfurt winning the game has an odd of 2.5. Frankfurt win or double chance has an odd of 1.4 something. But there is value and there is immense possibility of this outcome being a win. I'm talking about Frankfurt qualify for the next stage. So this is our top game for today, Frankfurt versus Tottenham. Frankfurt qualify for the next stage. The odd is 1.727. Our next game is Manchester United versus Lyon. An interesting game, a wonderful game once again. Either of the teams has the ability of the winning, right? Either Manchester United or Lyon has the opportunity of winning this game. But I'm not going to focus on the three-way betting where we're betting on who to win, who to lose. I want to ride with the goal market at an odd of 1.693. So the two matches form our very first bet slip made up of 2.293 odds, all right? In our second bet slip, we have the following games. 2 matches once again, and the 2 matches in our second bet slip give us an odd of 2.50, all right? 2.50 is the odds we are receiving in our second bet slip for today, right? So buckle up because I want you to take the game seriously. Once again, we're back to Athletic Bilbao versus Rangers. If you go through your betting sites, you will realize Athletic Bilbao are favored to win this game with an odd of 1.40. But looking at the margin of value and the ability of the market to be profitable, it is, when you view it using the normal islands that the normal bettor is using, Athletic Bilbao winning is a wonderful selection. But the deeper you get into the game and you explore the other niche markets or the other smaller markets, you realize that corner markets might be where we get better value and better winning possibilities compared to the three-way betting. So Athletic Bilbao versus Rangers, is a game where I want to go with over 9 corners. The odd is 1.55. Then we have Lazio versus Bodo, another interesting game today. When I was going through the analysis for Lazio versus Bodo, we're talking about a possibility of Lazio advancing to the next stage. But the writing off Bodo will be a mistake. Saying that Bodo stands no chance to qualify to the next stage is a mistake, all right? So the odds, of course, indicate Lazio are the favorites. The odds indicate Lazio has the opportunity of winning this game. At the same time, the odds indicate that it is a game whereby we should be expecting plenty goals. Not just the odds, I'm also talking about the statistics and the data behind this prediction. So we're going to ride with the Lazio versus Bodo over 2.5. The odd is 1.65. Right? In our last bet slip today, we have 1.929. Before I share the last bet slip, ensure you have subscribed, turned on notifications, liked the video, joined us inside Telegram, because you're supposed to be a part of all the must better betting tips communities, all right? In our last bet slip, we traveled to UEFA Conference League, Chelsea versus Legia. An interesting game where Chelsea is expected to win, and at the same time, Chelsea is expected to cover the Asian negative or the handicap. Any negative handicap market today, we are expecting Chelsea to go ahead and cover the negative handicap, right? -1, they stand a possibility of covering -1 handicap. -1.5, they stand a possibility of covering -1.5. -2, they stand a possibility of covering that Asian handicap. But because for the safety or the desire to ensure we're going to be ending in profit once again, I will keep it simple, keep it brief, and direct all our efforts in this match into a safer market, right? Chelsea versus Legia. Our prediction is Chelsea win and over 1.5 goals to be the total number of goals recorded in the match. The odd is 1.33. Our last game today is Lazio versus Bodo. Despite must better siding with Lazio winning the game, I still feel a portion of me, a part of me, getting driven to believe that in this very game today, Bodo stands a chance to go ahead and qualify for the next stage of the competition. Right? That is what I strongly believe. The scores for Lazio versus Bodo, my scoreline for the game is 2-1. It's one of the matches today where I have a definitive scoreline. 2-1 is my scoreline for today. I expect Lazio to score 2 goals today. I expect Bodo to get 1 goal today. All right? That is my thoughts for this very game. To those of you who are asking must better, you've shared us 3 predictions today. Now, what is the last game or which match are you going to recommend for us? Which game will you be suggesting as the safer bet slip to bet on today? The answer is simple. My safest game today, I go through Frankfurt versus Tottenham match. I believe that Frankfurt versus Tottenham has the potential of delivering over 2.5 goals and Frankfurt to qualify. The matches I've analyzed today are 8 in total. And these matches I have given you, there are 5. I think there are 4. 2, 3, 4, 5. There are 4 in total. So in case you had a thought on the Frankfurt versus Tottenham game, that the game will be resulting in over 2.5 goals, I, the must better, wants to encourage you. I will encourage you and motivate you to continue thinking in the same direction, because based on my analysis this very day, I see a potential of Frankfurt versus Tottenham delivering over 2.5 goals, right? So Frankfurt, Tottenham over 2.5 goals. And the other game where those of you who are interested in corners market should be thinking of higher corners in the game is Lazio versus Bodo. In the Lazio versus Bodo game, our prediction indicates that we're expecting over 2.5 goals. We are expecting Lazio to win the game. And at the same time, I want to indicate that Lazio versus Bodo has the potential of delivering at least 10 corners in the match, at least 10 corners in the game. So over 9 corners, over 10 corners is a wonderful line that you should be backing. That being said, brothers and sisters, we have come to the end of today's prediction video. Better late than never. I really hope that we are going to be winning. I was cowering at first. I was very afraid at first, coiled up in a corner in my room, figuring out whether to share these predictions. But finally, I got the courage and I've shared you my very best selections for today. I do hope we are going to be winning. I do hope we are going to be cashing out. And I do hope you're going to be getting value in this video. If you do get value, all I will request you to do is like the video, subscribe, turn on notifications, and join us inside our Must Better Telegram channel, where we have a link in the video description. That being said, meet you tomorrow morning with a lovely, wonderful set of news, God willing. Right? Bye-bye.